Hello and welcome to this video. My name is Hassan. I'm a fourth year medical student at the University of Copenhagen in Denmark. So tomorrow is the first day in my last week in orthopedics rotation. And so far it's been very interesting. I've seen lots of different types of fractures like breaking of bones. And mostly I've seen actually like hip fractures in elderly people and like kids. But I've got to be part of a lot of surgeries. It's not that I got to do much. I just got to see them, and sometimes I got to like do some sutures. And then I got to be part of like removing these K-wires, which are these wires you put inside the bone for like 4 to 6 weeks so that they can grow together. So mostly I got to do very basic stuff, but I got to see a lot of complex surgery like hip replacement and like knee replacement and stuff. And so it was very interesting. And most of the patients I got to see both in the emergency ward of the orthopedics department and those who came for elective surgery. Most of those patients were either like elderly people or very young, like children who hurt themselves like during playtime or like during sports. It's been a very good learning experience, and it's been that kind of rotation where I got to do a lot of things myself with my hands. So I will take you guys through my day tomorrow, where I will be going to the hospital in the morning. Then after I come home, I have to prepare for my surgical and clinical written exam. Then I have to prepare for my OSCE exam also. And I also have to meet my friends in the evening, like in a gaming cafe. And I also have to get to the gym. So tomorrow is a very busy day, and I hope you guys will join me. So just woken up from my nap, and it's almost like 4:30 p.m. and I have to study for around 3 hours because I have to go to the gym. Then I have to meet up with my friends in a gaming cafe, I think it's called in English, and we're probably going to play some like League of Legends or Counter-Strike. For now, I'm going to study around 3 hours, where I'm going to go over previous lecture slides and revise the material which will come up for my next exam, which is in about like 1.5 months. I'm actually preparing for 2 exams right now. One is the OSCE exam, and one is a written exam in like surgical procedures, medical pathologies, and in anesthesiology. So this is this exam, the written one, is I believe the exam which has the most like extensive curriculum. It will basically test whatever we have learned in the past like 4 years in our medical degree. So every type of like medical pathology related to the kidneys, to the heart, to the lungs, to the gastrointestinal tract, like meaning the stomach. And the exam will also be about like surgical procedures to treat different kinds of conditions. What surgical procedure is like indicated for a certain disease, how is it performed, what are the risks, and what are the like contradictions and so on. So these are the things which we can be questioned about in our exams. What else? There's also anesthesiology. We have not yet studied anesthesiology. We have a anesthesiological like placement in the end of next month for around 3 weeks, which I will also show you guys. So for now, we'll just go over my previous lecture slides and try to revise the material which will come up for the exam. And depending on how long that will take me, I will probably also solve a couple of exam questions for this study session. And then I'll have to get to the gym. Then after the gym, I'm going to meet my friends at an internet or gaming cafe, whatever it's called. Right now I'm reviewing old lecture slides and focusing on the gastrointestinal module. And in our GI module, we also have the subject alcohol. So I wanted to share something interesting with you guys. Here you can see a study done on mice in which they assessed the effect of alcohol on the memory in the mice. And so they had two groups. They had the adult mice and they had the adolescent mice, which would be the equivalent to teenagers in humans. And what they could see was that this is the control group, which was not given any alcohol. And this is the group which was given 1 gram of alcohol per kilo body weight. And this group was given 2 grams per kilo body weight. What you can see is there is a significant change in the worsening of their memory when they consume alcohol, even more when they consume more alcohol. And this effect is more significant than it is in adults. You can see that if the control group in adults, when they have no alcohol, and the control group and the other group which gets 1 gram of alcohol per kilo body weight, there's not such a big difference in their memory. But when they get 2 grams, then there is a difference. But it's not so significant as it is in the group where we have teenage mice. So this is a very interesting study, and that's why I wanted to share it with you guys. I'm actually still not used to speaking to the camera. It's actually very weird. Normally I do not have any problem when speaking, but somehow when I'm looking at a camera, it's difficult to focus on what I'm going to say. And it's not a problem I have when I speak to other people, even in different multiple languages. But it's somehow very weird, but I believe from what I've heard online that this will improve over time as I progress and make more and more videos. So now that I'm done with reviewing lecture slides, I'm going to read from this book, which is called Basic Book in Medical and Surgical Procedures. And so this is also my second tip. A lot of people don't read from the book which the professor has based lecture slides on, and therefore you miss out on a lot of details. And a lot of professors, they like to include questions which would require you to have read some of the topics from the book so that you could give a more detailed answer in the exam. And there are different books you can use. For example, I'm using this one, which has just the amount of detail I need. And then I have this one. This is like only medical pathologies, which has a lot more details, which is not necessary for studying for this exam. And this is also something which I mentioned in my second video, I believe, which is called 5 Key Tips to Survive Your First Year of Med School, is that you have to filter out the information. You don't have the time to read everything or to study everything in detail. Therefore, you need to study precisely as much as you need to and not more than that. And therefore, this book is much more appropriate for me right now. Dom kan være lokaliseret i forskellige områder. Det kan være både lokalt, det kan være diffus, det kan være turvis, og det kan være konstant intimisering. Det handler om akudom, at domen er vurderet, om patienten er peritoneal, eller patienten ikke er peritoneal. Det er det første, man gør ved Jeg har ikke råd til nogen af dem. Sådan det? Jeg har ikke råd til den alligevel. Novo, hvornår møder du mig 1 mod 1? Jeg har dræbt dig 2 gange nu. Novo, jeg har dræbt dig 2 gange, hvad snakker du om? Hvad snakker du om? Hvad snakker du om, bror? Jeg carrier mit hold, bror. Skal være rolig. Ikke lade det der daddy behavior på os, hvad er det for noget? Kommer alle sammen på én gang, det bliver altså baby oil.